Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily. It's Des here. Who's up for some Monday motivation? Looking to instill a bit of that this week. Of course, lots happened over the weekend. I'm going to talk about some of that. I'm going to look forward to the week ahead. Look back at some of the things that have got us to this point and really sort of kick on again. Say a lot, personally, we go again. It's definitely a case of that. Of course, where else is this to start other than England next in the Euros? Something that was really important to me, something that I've really enjoyed over the last couple of weeks. And whilst I'm trying to sort of instill some Monday motivation, I think it's really sort of important just to let some of that inspiration from what the football team did, from what the guys did, lots of absolute credit of individuals, people we can be really proud of. What they've done is pick everybody up, put a smile back on everybody's face. How many people who've not even into football have really enjoyed the Euros? And we needed this as much as ever, didn't we? We needed this lift. We needed a boost to sort of get everybody back on track, looking forward again. The last 16, 17 months been particularly tough. So having the Euros and all the excitement and the fun that's brought, the togetherness, that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And after today's announcements by Boris, whilst we've got sort of err on the side of caution, there's a reminder to do that. The easing of the restrictions next week is going to throw us all back together, and the football team have done their bit, haven't they, and really sort of putting us in a good mood to attack the rest of summer. In many ways, we've lost a lot of summer. It feels like we're playing catch up a little bit. We've lost a year, but all of a sudden, everything's really exciting, isn't it? Of course, what I like to do on a Monday as well is sort of run down what's on offer through DOdaily. What I'll say before I get into that, thanks for all those that watched last week. 2 episodes in particular, Monday and Wednesday, got over 100 views. Really, really pleased with that. Whilst it's nothing major, it's nothing to really write home about. It's a nice tick in the box for me. It's a nice show of faith, and people have enjoyed the videos. They've liked and shared it, and I've heard them mention it. I was even in the pub and somebody mentioned it, which somebody's picked up on it somewhere. So that was really nice. So thanks to everybody that continues to watch and support. It's absolutely amazing when you guys are on board. I'm just here with my own personal thoughts, my own vlog, passing on information, trying to sort of keep everybody in good spirits. It's just my sort of daily dose of enthusiasm and positivity. Try to always find a way. So for Monday motivation this week, I'll come back to talking about the Euros and the England team and some of the things we should take from that. But of course, tomorrow it's about Tuesday training. It's about the solidarity session. We all come together at 6 p.m. to take part in some sort of activity. I'm here to encourage activity, involvement, goodwill, team spirit, all these things. So to get the week up and running through DOdaily, if you've not managed to get out on a Monday, been for a bit of a walk today, pulled myself together after all the emotions of yesterday. I look to get everybody together to get out there and give it a go. Whatever activity you choose, just if you do it at 6 o'clock, post all your pictures in. I'd love to share those, and all we're trying to do again is motivate and inspire. On Wednesday, it's all about the Wednesday workout. I'll have more details on Wednesday, but it's about encouraging some midweek activity to keep us going, to keep the flow of things going. One thing that's proven through any sort of motivational video, any speech or anything like that, they always say that movement's important. So if you can start moving, carry it on, the momentum builds, just like England again in the Euros, the momentum builds and we get to somewhere we want to be. Thursday is all about Thursday Thoughts, where I look to answer your questions. Really enjoyed doing a football type episode last week, but be back to normal this week. If you've got any questions, anything to ask me, please post them in. I'd love to sort of answer absolutely anything you've got, whether it's about running, walking, whether it's about motivation, how to pick yourself up after disappointment, well-being, all these things, anything you think. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to make changes all the time. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to sort of learn new things. So it's just about sort of asking me the question, try and answer it as honestly as I can. If it's about my opinion, if I have to find out, I'll do a little bit of research. But again, it's all relatable stuff, just to sort of pass on the message that we can all sort of find out these things. We can all make changes. We can all get some activity in, or whatever we need to do to feel good about ourselves. And on Friday, I finished the week with Wake Up to Walk, where I'll be continuing the Robin Hood way, getting quite deep into it now, getting towards halfway. Really enjoyed it again on Friday, getting back to it. And this Friday, I'll be extending it out towards the eastern Nottinghamshire. Like I say, nearly halfway, getting up to about 50 miles. A small challenge within lots of big challenges that have happened recently. So it's definitely worth me getting up and trying to pass on some information about why it's important to really attack the day, really sort of give it a good go. But I mentioned there, didn't I, Monday motivation. I've spoke about England a lot already and the football. And there's been a lot of negative press today. Of course, there's lots of things happening. Some of it's absolutely shocking, and I don't want to sort of delve too much into that, because I think the guys don't deserve it. They've done so well. Like I said before, I'm extremely proud. I know a lot of people are. Looking back at the start of the tournament, we've got to kind of think, well, would we have taken this? Absolutely. I'm not trying to say I told you so, but my prediction was they'd probably just come up a little bit short. Really good squad, really good team. But most of all, within that team, there's some really, really inspirational guys. Of course, the guys that missed the penalty are getting a bit of flack. But when you look at some of the things they've done, we all know about Marcus Rashford and some of the campaigns he's fought for. What an individual he is. And the other guys as well. They've worked really, really hard to do things. They've got, one of them's 19 years old and he's got a youth project, looking to help disadvantaged kids and things like that. And Jadon Sancho is just signed for Man United. Yes, they missed a penalty, but these guys are so successful at such a young age. It's unreal. They've had to work really, really hard and against adversity. I've just done a social media post talking about adversity, and if there's ever an example of coming through adversity and not being defined by a moment in time, it's Gareth Southgate. 25 years ago, he missed a penalty. He was in that situation. Like the guys yesterday, he was upset. It probably felt like the end of his world. But you look at him now, what a class individual, what a pure class about him. The way he speaks, the way he conducts himself. You don't have to agree with his tactics. You don't have to agree with what he says or what he does. But the way he conducts himself is impeccable. It's absolutely outstanding. And he's the England manager and he's got so much support. So he's taken that journey. He knows what it's about. But he's done that by staying classy, by staying true to himself. He was always known as a footballer that did things properly. He wasn't the best footballer in the world, but clean cut, I guess is the word. Clean cut footballer who did things properly. And he's not sort of gone away from that. There's no arrogance about him. And look what he's instilled in that team. A team full of guys who are, you see the pictures on Twitter and Instagram, passing over shirts to young kids, absolutely making kids' day, kids' week, kids' life, maybe. I've seen it with Mason Mount and Jack Grealish, a couple of guys that have come in for a little bit of stick, in the past, and they're just conducting themselves so well. So basically, what I've been saying all the way through this is just be inspired by that. Think of what we've had, think of what we've seen, think of what's put a smile on our face, and then take that into a new week, a new beginning. For England, the football team, they go again towards the World Cup. But for now, it's just about sort of persevering, remembering what worked. I've just reflected on the summer and how good it's been, posted a few pictures. That's absolutely amazing, isn't it? It's fantastic that we've had it. They always say you'd rather, you'd rather have loved and lost and not loved at all. So that's exactly the case, isn't it? We've taken so much from it. I've got some really memorable occasions, where we watched the game with friends, we made certain trips to do certain things, absolutely fantastic. So like I say, guys, be inspired by it. Remember what was good. Don't. I've got my opinions on some of the bad news stories, and they'll perhaps come out at a later point. But as ever, I want to start the week really, really positive, on top form. You know, really looking forward to it. Remembering what the Euros did for me. You know, what sort of mood it's put me in. Whilst it's been extremely busy and needed to fit in, I'm also thinking that I'm glad it's over a little bit. You know, it's an emotional roller coaster. It's a real ride, and you have to fit it in. And of course, around busy activities and doing sessions in the evening, you know, it's really hard. But it was so good to have it, and that's the point. You know, these are the moments. As a football fan myself, I absolutely live for. You know, I've grown to realise that it can't go on forever. You know, of course we want to win. Of course we wanted to lift the trophy. But at the end of the day, we can use all those good things to take forward. For all the bad, you know, the good has got to outweigh it, and the good definitely does outweigh it. It's put so much people back together again, and that's exactly what we needed. With, like I say, with those restrictions releasing even further next week, you know, it should put us in good stead going forward. Hopefully you can join us for the solidarity session, for some Tuesday training. If you can't, get out there and get some activity in anyway. You know, that's all we're looking to do, is encourage people to be positive, you know, be enthusiastic about what they do and enjoy it. You know, if we can do that, you know, get in touch with us for any of the links. Like I say, if you've got any questions for Thursday, I'd love to get those in as well. Please keep watching. Please like, subscribe, you know, but whatever you do, take inspiration from the boys. You know, we go again. We absolutely go again. We've got a chance now. It feels we're on the right track going forward. You know, I've been doing this video all the way through COVID, and there's been bad news after bad news, and trying to pick everybody up on a Monday, trying to talk about positive things. You know, there's so much more I could say about football and the Euros, but again, it's something I don't want to dwell on, but I am going to use it. So until tomorrow, guys, just doing it.